It's time to be honest, folks. College football is better than the NFL. Let's talk about it, shall we? What's going on YouTube? And this is your boy Trent Davis, and welcome back to the Sports Craze in a different location. Yes sir, this is my new Sports Craze area. I have a NASCAR backdrop, sort of. It's not a backdrop, it's like this pure wall right here, but it fits. It fits what I'm talking about. Like I said, I got the NASCAR one over on the other side of the room. That way when I talk about NASCAR on the show, I have a NASCAR backdrop. So get used to seeing this, because this is what you'll be seeing pretty much every time from here on out when it comes to the Sports Craze. But yeah, before I get into any of this, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below, and do it before I slap your mama. Alright, cool. So, today's topic, if you didn't know from the beginning, is college football is better than the NFL, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, what makes college football, I think, better than the NFL is the traditions. The traditions in college football are just, they're so crazy and they're so good, and they get you so hyped up for a game, even if that's not your team. Like, for example, you know you got Clemson running down the hill.
Georgia had to take a peek.
One of the best traditions in college football, you have Virginia Tech playing Enter Sandman before each home game. That's outstanding. You have Penn State wide out. Everybody's jumping out. That's crazy. You got the Florida State tomahawk chop. I mean, and there's tons and tons of other great traditions in college football. In the NFL, you don't have all that. You have the terrible towels for Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you got like the 12th man for Seattle, and then what else is there really tradition-wise? You got Buffalo Bills fans that are drunk every game and set themselves on fire or jump off a truck and into a table or something. But I mean, you ain't got too many great traditions in the NFL like you do in college football. And that's a huge part of the sport. That's what I think makes college football better than the NFL. There's just so many more of the sport. That's what I think makes college football better than the NFL. There's just so many more traditions in college football, and it gets the fans more wild and more crazy and more just hyped up for the game. So that's definitely one of the areas where I think college football's got the NFL beat. The number 2 reason why I think college football is better than the NFL is there's more crazy games. It's just, there's some games that are absolutely wild. It can be between Temple and Air Force or something, or it can be between, the 2 best teams in the country, Clemson and Alabama. It doesn't matter. Like, college football is so unexpected sometimes, and I think that makes college football great. The NFL, you have a decent idea of what's going to happen. NFL is usually closer games. Like, definitely in college football, you have more blowouts than you do in the NFL, but college football can produce some crazy games. When the games are close in college, it is, I think, 100 times better than close games in the NFL, usually. It's just because we're dealing with college kids here. They're still not mature. They still don't make the exact right decisions. They still, don't make the necessary good play or the smart play like NFL players usually do. And it just creates more chaos and it creates more fun things to see out on the field. So NFL usually has closer games in college football, but I think college football has the NFL beat, and there's more crazier games, and it's just more fun to watch. The number 3 reason why I think college football is better than the NFL is every game matters. Now, yes, I know the NFL, there's only 16 games in the regular season. And every game does matter because you lose one game and it could you could fall from first in the standings and have a playoff bye or whatever to being in a wild card position. I know that, I do get that, and that's very important. But in college, if you lose more than if you lose more than one game all year out of your 12, you're done. I don't care how good you look. You ain't got no way of sniffing a playoff. Ain't got no way of sniffing a national championship. Last year, if you'd lost one game, more than likely, you were out. You had to be perfect. 3 teams went in the playoff last year undefeated: Clemson, Alabama, and Notre Dame. And then you had Oklahoma, who snuck in with that one loss. And they had to avenge that one loss. They lost to Texas early in the year, and they had to beat Texas in the Big 12 championship game to get in. In Ohio State, they lost one game, and they didn't make it because they got blown out by Purdue. So it's just, college football, every game matters. You cannot have a bad week in college football. You can't really have a bad week in the NFL, but you can get away with it more. If you lose a couple games here and there, which every team does, and it's harder, I do understand that. But if you lose a couple games in the NFL, it's not going to kill you. If you lose a couple games in college football and you're a high program team like Ohio State, Michigan, Clemson, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, any of those teams, you're not going to make the playoffs, the 4-team playoff, because there's just no room for error. You have to win pretty much every week, and I think that makes college football a lot better than the NFL. My number 4 reason why college football is better than the NFL is, it's kind of a cheesy reason, but college game day. Come on, you got to love college game day. There's nothing greater than waking up on a Saturday morning in the fall and hearing Lee Corso, Kirk Herbstreit, and all the other analysts on college game day. It's just, it's soothing to my ears. Like, when I wake up on Saturday mornings, and I've woken up past 9:30, 10 o'clock, and my channel's usually on ESPN, so I wake up and I hear those voices, and I hear those crowds in the background, It just gets me so excited for the day. I don't care what kind of day I had the previous Friday, it does not matter, because I know college football's on today, and you got college game day started off, and just that show, I think it used to be better a few years ago, but it's still a great show, and that gets me so hyped up. And NFL Countdown on Sundays are just so boring. They're all in the studio. They never go to anybody. They usually never go anywhere. On Sundays, they just stick at the studio and just talk about football and all that stuff, all about the games. And I don't know. I think College Game Day's got it. It's just so great. College Game Day just gets me so fired up for college football. And yeah, I mean, really, it's a show that's one of my reasons why I think college football is better than the NFL. But hey, College Game Day is great. But yeah, College Game Day, amazing. And my number 5 reason why I think college football is better than the NFL is the players play the game for the love of the game. Now, I'm not saying NFL players don't care about the love of the game. I'm not saying that. They have to love it for how much endurance and pain and suffering they go through each and every year. I know that grinds and that tears your body. But they're getting paid millions of dollars in the process, and that definitely does help out them. And sometimes it kind of hurts, I think, their effort, because they're like, I'm not getting paid as much, I'm not going to give my full effort. Or, I'm getting paid a lot. They need me, obviously. I'm not going to take too big a risk. I don't think a lot of players do that, but I know there's a few that do that. And, they take plays off. They have families to think about. I just think they play a little more cautiously sometimes in the NFL. In college football, you are grinding pretty much every down. Now, I know there are certain players that almost skip a whole year just to get to the NFL. They get injured a little bit and they're a top prospect and they go. That's fine. I understand that. It goes both ways here. But most players who are not like high top round draft pick, they grind and grind for the love of the game. They know they're not going to get drafted. Or even if they do, they'll get drafted very, very late. They do it because they love the game of football. They love college football. They love their teammates. They love their team. They love their coaches. They just do it for that. A lot of players do it for a championship. They do it because they don't get paid, per se. I don't know. Probably some college players do, but the bottom line is college football players, I think they give more effort, they care about it more, their traditions of the school, they care about their traditions of the school more than NFL players do about their teams, because you can get traded left and right in the NFL. NFL is a savage business. In college football, you don't have that. You pick the school, and I think that matters to the players, because they know they picked that school, so they're going to give 110% because they believed in them. So that's another reason why I think just college football has the NFL beat, and that's just because I think the players care more and they give more effort, and it's more fun to watch, in my opinion. All right, so those are my 5 reasons why I think college football is better than the National Football League. I know a lot of y'all are going to disagree with my outlook. If you're an NFL fan, obviously you're going to disagree with me. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm just giving my opinion on why I think college football is better than the NFL. I am from Anderson, South Carolina, which is 20 or 30 minutes away from Clemson. And Clemson is doing well, but even when Clemson back in the mid 2000s was doing subpar to put it in a nice way, I still love college football more than the NFL. College football just got me so hyped up. The NFL's never even come close to that, in my opinion. Even when my Panthers went to the Super Bowl in 2016, I was way more hyped when Clemson beat LSU in the 2012 Chick-fil-A Bowl. It's just because, man, college football is just it's different than the NFL. I just love it. It's just a different breed, different feel of the college football than NFL, and that's why I love college football. I still love the NFL, just not as much college football. But guys, I hope you enjoyed another episode of the Sports Craze in my new little studio. If you've seen sweat throughout this, I've been trying to wipe it off. But it is very hot in here. There's no air conditioning in the studio right now. I'm gonna try to work on that. But yeah, it's strictly, I'm pretty much in a hot box out here. So if you see me sweating, dang, I'll deal with it, I guess. I don't know. I can't turn my fan on during this, because then it'll pick up, the microphone will pick it up. So if you can't handle the sweat, turn it off right now. You can't handle this video. Alright, sorry. Got a little out of hand there. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your family and friends to subscribe as well. Comment down below what you thought of my 5 reasons on why college football is better than the NFL. And if you don't like it, you can jump off a cliff. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Yeah, we're 3 subscribers away from 100. So get me 100 subscribers, people. Hashtag road to 100. Do it right now. Okay? You hear me? But do it right now. I'm getting out of focus. I don't care. I don't care. Do it. Let me get back in focus here. Alright, back in focus. Alright, I think that's enough of berating y'all for today. I'll see y'all next time. For Trent Davis, this is the Sports Craze. Wow.